Good morning and welcome to Friday. And here we see the finally the much anticipated meeting between Jacob and Esau. Right? Jacob had hurt his brother, had betrayed his brother 20 years ago, and Esau said he was going to kill him. And so Jacob had ran away for 20 years, and now they meet. And so the story is in Genesis 33, 1 through 20. And so now that he has this encounter with God, now he is ready to meet Esau. But there's still a little Jacob here, right? God changed his name to Israel, but there's still a little Jacob in here because we see the way he prepares to meet Esau. He puts Rachel and him and Joseph in the back. So we see that he favors Rachel still. And instead of going out in front and meeting Esau, he waits for Esau. If Esau was going to harm anybody, he's going to harm all the people before he gets to Jacob. But he shows submission to Esau once he sees him by bowing 7 times. And Jacob now leads a procession to meet Esau. So this displays some change in his character, right? And so Esau runs to meet him, and he kisses him, and they weep. And they both have a blessed testimony, right? So basically, Jacob is saying, oh, I want to give you all these things. And Esau's like, oh, I want to give you all these things. And they both say this great phrase, I have enough. I have enough. So they both are wealthy on their own, right? Because Esau is still a descendant of Abraham, right? And God's going to bless his descendants, and he still got a blessing, but even though he's not the blessing of the covenant, but he's still one of Abraham's grandchildren, and so he ends up receiving the gifts, and this is his way of showing that he forgives Jacob. But again, so they're together for a little bit, and they're getting ready to leave, and Esau is like, let's go together, and I'll help you, back on this journey. And Jacob, we see a little bit of Jacob here, right? The old Jacob. And he says, no, we're going to be too slow. We have nursing calves, so we have to slow down. You go ahead. But he lies to to Esau, right? He says he would go south with Esau. He's like, I'll meet you down south. But instead, he let Esau go ahead of him, and he headed north. And so this is also, just think of this, like most likely Jacob's sons are watching the way he interacts and how they see how his dad just lied to their uncle, right? And said, oh yeah, we'll go, but nope, we're going the opposite way. And again, God was calling him to go back to Bethel, and he didn't. He went the opposite way. This is not where God wanted him to go. And he also, the other thing that for us may not seem a big deal, but it says he made booths. So he's kind of showing that he's staying there a little permanently, right? And what God had instructed to Abraham and Isaac, that they were only to live in tents to show that they're sojourners, right? God is moving them on to take over the land, but they're not to be comfortable in spot. And so he doesn't have tents. It's not quite houses. It's like booths. And then he makes an altar, which the altar was good, a sacrifice to Yahweh, but he was disobedient. So again, we see a little bit of the old self. He lied to his brother, and he went to a place that God had not led him to. God had called him to go south instead of north. And so we will see the ramifications of this disobedient act of where they're going. And we'll see that next week. Have a good day. And remember, 5 minutes a day in the Word can change your life.